In the last video, we discussed how to administer the word reading subtest and how to score it. So in this video, we're going to be talking about next steps after we've gotten the grade equivalent for each of the students. We're going to be looking at the word reading scores for four students in grade 11. They're actually in the same class. This student's word reading subtest, the grade equivalent, is 11:8, and the student is in grade 11, as we mentioned. So we can go ahead now and administer the reading comprehension response booklet from grades 9 to 12. Or the teacher may decide to that it's not necessary to administer the reading comprehension subtest for the student because the evidence, they may have evidence that the student is quite capable of handling coursework at grade level, and they'll just proceed with the coursework. So let's take a look at the scores of the other three students that we tested. So the first one here, also in grade 11, the grade equivalent score was 6:2 for the word test. This student here, 3.9, and this student here is 1.4. As these students are not scoring, their word equivalent subtests are not scoring at grade level, the 9 to 12, they're in grade 11, then it would be really unfair to give them the grade 9 to 12 reading comprehension subtest. So percentage of the students in our school are diagnosed with a learning disability. So what we do in that case is we follow the guidelines for how to administer and score subtests for students with learning disabilities. The Wfas reading comprehension booklets actually start at K to 3. So you've got K to 3, 4 to 5, 6 to 8, and the 9 to 12, right? However, because we're using this assessment to assess students, grades 6 to 12, we don't generally use the kindergarten to grade 3 reading comprehension subtest because it's just not appropriate. Grade 11 student here who scored at a grade 1:4 on the word reading subtest, we're not going to use the kindergarten reading comprehension booklet with this student. We'll use a different form of diagnostic assessment to find out where some of the gaps are and what wouldn't be next steps. This grade 11 student scored at a 3:9. So what we're going to do is give that student the reading comprehension response booklet, grade 4 to 5, and the same with this student here, who's subtest was grade 6:2. So that student will get the grade 6 to 8 reading comprehension booklet. Just like the word reading subtest, the actual instructions for start points, stop points, and scoring are right at the top of the sheet. Regardless of the grade of the comprehension booklet that you're going to administer, they all start with the same sample question in the beginning. So the student has to read the passage, and then they have to pick the best answer from a multiple choice questions at the bottom of the page. So inside the booklets, the text is leveled for this particular grade that the student is going to be working at. But other than that, the format is the same. They read the passage and then they pick the best answer. Generally, you do not help the student during the actual assessment. You just get them started and you let them, do their very best. And when they're done, they hand you in the sheet. Good. Also, we don't have, in our school, we don't have an actual time limit. So they can do it, over a day or two. I mean, there's a reasonable amount of time. If a student is taking 5 hours to do the test, then clearly it's too difficult for them, right? More detailed instructions, of course, you're going to find in the actual, administration and scoring manual. In the next video, we'll discuss how to score the reading comprehension subtest
Okay.
and how to convert it into a grade equivalent, and also how to get a reading composite score between the word reading subtest and the reading comprehension
Okay.
subtest.